out. But enough about that.
Yeah.
We've got a draft. Let's jump into it. The jungle beckons.
All right, since we're talking draft, there's two things I want to point out here. We have Benny on Incubus. He is pretty much the only SA player reliably, consistently picking Gyrocopter. So I feel like this hero, pretty much ignored by everyone else, could be a point of contention in this draft. We'll see about that. And then we have Bloodseeker on Teemo. He really likes playing Bloodseeker. So I want to see if we're going to end up seeing those two heroes in this game.
Somebody's been watching a Jenkins video. Ooh. I think that is his latest. His latest MMR tip. Play Shadow Shaman.
What is the key to Shadow Shaman? Have you watched it?
That he's a support that has the ability to take over a game with split pushing and killing objectives. He's like a position 5 where you can sort of justifiably play greedy and solo queue and
so basically
carry your bad cores.
The same advice everyone gave before about Shadow Shaman, but now he's actually a little bit busted, so it actually works better for worse players.
Yeah, and Jenkins said it and made a really sexy thumbnail on YouTube, so now it's the truth.
Thumbnail game, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what gets them.
Yeah, so... but yeah, very well rounded. Got to play a keen positioning game. Still very punishable in terms of being slow, but wow, very early Monkey King now for Incubus.
All right. They do play Monkey King on Mini, so it's good that you have this. You can swap the Monkey King between lanes.
10 seconds remaining.
And the Earth Spirit here, so there's no...
5 seconds.
Interesting, because we used to see Earth Spirit a lot versus Monkey King, actually, because of the remnant pull for the trees, right? Because if you spot Monkey, you can throw down a remnant and instantly pull it and snap his tree.
Yep.
Don't get caught by that one. You look at the fool.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And another green hero. Yeah, Gorillaz-Pride, keeping it in theme. A lot of damage over time now, and I mean Viper. He's been up there kind of with the bottom. I'm surprised she's been ignored. That's the other one that we've seen kind of disproportionately for SA. A lot of love towards
Viper. We saw a lot
Viper.
of Viper yesterday, so I think maybe they're taking this out of the upper division team's book. And it's a Monkey King counter until he gets BKB. Not gonna have that Jingu. Attack speed's low is pretty good.
Yeah.
Lane Dominator.
10 seconds
could be off lane, could be mid, so you can actually make the Monkey King really sad despite of how Incubus lanes this.
Bring back the 5 Viper. I think they nerfed poison attack, that might be dead. Let's hope so.
Yes, I think they did.
Thankfully.
When was 5 Viper hype? Did I have missed that little window?
It was mostly like a pub thing, but like when Viper first got like changed again, when they nerfed Nether Toxin so that you couldn't jungle stack as much, and they changed poison attack after all that. There were definitely quite a few 5 Vipers popping off because you could actually just bully the hell out of people.
Yeah. It's sort of like the 5 Puck thing when Puck's auto attack damage was busted, right? You trade with everyone favorably.
It's kind of like support Monkey, where sometimes it still does just work. If you get the right matchup, they just can't do anything, you know?
I mean, we still see these paper thin 5s sometimes that are punishable. CM, Witch Doctor, they don't trade in the early levels. They need a little bit of XP.
Weaver ban here from Incubus. We did see Teemo playing that. Really likes play Bloodseeker, Jugger, and Weaver. So Jugger still open. Bloodseeker also open.
I think the Weaver's really great against Monkey
Gyro.
too.
Oh, they took the Gyro. All right.
Yeah, Weaver is nice against Monkey for the vision scouting. He's a range hero versus the Shadow Shaman wards and stuff too to help just like delay pushes, trying to clear things out.
Clears out the wards really easily. But they could still do some kind of bubble strat here. Mars is taken out, but Enigma, we've seen some priority. Also, that Phoenix still in.
True.
So some big team fight options still for Incubus for sure.
I like this. They get the Monkey King, and then they remove the Troll and Weaver. Wraith King is available, but definitely not the greatest hero against what Incubus has. So they don't really have to deal with the Wraith King.
Yeah, I'll dodge it on that one, I think. No thanks.
All right.
Did somebody say Ricky?
5 they want. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point.
Dire team pick.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye,
there
Ricky.
it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
I told you guys, my
Lycan
head is
off.
in the game, and yeah, Lycan is in.
Lycan is in, huh?
All of his friends are in though. Like Tide's still in and stuff, I guess. So we'll
I am
have
glad
a couple answers.
We're seeing that Beastmaster though get first ban
10
priority.
seconds remaining.
That hero has looked very strong pretty much every time we've seen him. I think.
5 seconds remaining.
The Invoker's actually still in too, but it's a little awkward because there's a Viper on one side, and then there's.
Radiant team.
I don't really want to play versus the Viper, and then the lanes might get a bit
Ooh.
funky. But was it someone played 5 Prophet? And I don't think it was Gorillaz-Pride, but
No.
it is still a possibility, and they go back for the Phoenix instantly.
Come on, guys. I mean, come on.
All right.
So who's the 5 though? Is it the 5 Phoenix or 5 Shaman?
I prefer. I don't like 5 Phoenix, but I think Shaman's a better 4. So
That's
seconds.
exactly
it
how I
probably
feel about it. So what do I?
I think
5
it's gonna depend on the lanes.
Okay.
So like this Monkey King Shaman work really well in lane, better than the Monkey King Phoenix, because I feel like you use the aggression of the Monkey King really good. But if the Viper is off lane, I don't think you actually want to play aggressive at all. So they might play Phoenix 5 if Viper is off lane.
I think you take. Can you just take Jug here and then maybe flex your Nature's Prophet 5 or your Viper off lane or something,
I like Jug here.
or a combination? I kind of feel like that's worth it.
You have the healing ward versus
Yeah.
whatever Incubus has.
It's very tempting. I just think that they can play at a good pace with it.
Mm-hmm. I do like
they
the
could-
Bloodseeker though, and when you have Bloodseeker carry with Nature's Prophet 5, pretty easy to land those blood rights.
Radiant team.
Shadow Shaman really hates Bloodseeker, but they actually take Wraith King into Monkey King. Whoa. All right, so this is some confidence here for sure. Obviously, they know that on paper, Monkey King has some options, and maybe this is a speed thing, pushing with Wraith King.
I think it's also pretty good. Like it's similar logic to like Doom and Faceless Void. I think where the hero's trying to control the fight with a single ultimate, and so using the Wraith King to like reset with egg and stuff can be helpful. Even if it is like
That's
a mass
true.
ranging one, it's still something. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not like super sold on this Wraith King.
I mean, doesn't Egg also go the other way though? Because if you kill the Wraith King and he comes back, Phoenix can kind of time his ult so that you get
for
popped.
sure.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not just. It can go in favor of Wraith King.
You could
but-
also
but the
just
Wraith
use
King-
like a Leshrac stun though. You don't need to egg. You know.
And also, like, Wraith King can be so big that Incubus is forced to like use all of those spells to get the first life, and then the Wraith King is gonna have the second one. So it definitely depends on how even the game's gonna be. But yes, you're right.
I don't know. I think I'm just jaded because of how many times we've seen this matchup, and even when the Wraith King is even or sometimes slightly ahead, the Monkey King just looks easier. And now they're gonna find, well, not quite Viper, but the Venomancer, the cousin, the distant relative here. Some slow themselves to make this Wraith King's life a living hell. Boy, does he hate playing against Veno.
He didn't roll the good stuff on the evolutionary track, you know? He got stuck on the ground as a little worm, and Viper decided to fly.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, there was a genetic bottleneck somewhere, and we got Veno.
Veno could not keep up.
He got trapped on Greenland, and you know.
Just had to reach a little bit with those little grabby grabbers. The respawn of Wraith King is looking very ugly right now, is what I would say. All 4 of these heroes can like mega punish you if they have their spells left when you're respawning. You can get ward trapped. You might get Monkey King ulted. You might get just like egged and fire spirited, or you're getting like surrounded by plague wards and galed.
Yeah, I'm getting PTSD from that Veno versus Ursa lane we cast yesterday. I feel like this is an absurdly hard lane for Wraith King. You have a lot of magic damage, attack speed's low. Wraith King can even get the lifesteal on. I feel like that lane is scary. I wonder if they will try to rotate the Wraith
10
King to
seconds
the off lane or something like that. But then you have the Monkey King. Both lanes actually look awful for him.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I don't know why they banned the Oracle earlier. I actually thought that Oracle was looking pretty good when the draft started out, and now I'm just thinking of dispels of like, man, how do we save this draft in the end?
Yeah.
Incubus are just banning out potential other core heroes. Like, there's a chance that these are all 3 cores, but they don't want to get run over by some kind of cheesy stuff like Death Prophet or I don't think you have to worry about Brood, but something along those lines. Something just lets them like play really fast. Marana, DK. Okay.
Void Spirit also in that realm for sure. So what is our safety mid for Incubus now?
What about Lash here? Is it too hard versus Viper? In case it is Viper mid?
Do you just go Lena? Do you take the Lena? I know you like the 10th pick
She
Lena,
is
but
definitely the most tempting one.
Bowie?
The only thing is they'd be kind of squishy.
Yeah, but they don't have that much gap close besides the Earth Spirit, so I'm actually okay with the Lena here.
Oh.
Unless, like, I guess they could like offlane the Nature's Prophet, play mid Viper, and still pick an offlaner for G-Pride.
They could Storm Spirit.
I like Storm here.
They can't really count on anything from Gorillaz-Pride, so I think that's why the Lena is just the safest. You have to assume that they are willing to put the Viper mid, so you just pick Lena.
Yeah. When in doubt, go for the range, go for the burst damage. Always good options. Pretty good cover on the egg.
It probably should have been a ban over the PL, but I'm guessing they thought the Veno might just go mid. Because we've seen that before, where the Veno can just kind of bog it down as equally.
Well, you can, but
Centaur here? For the disengage against
the opportunity
egg,
cost high?
Yeah,
Centaur's okay.
Because there's no Beast, there's no Vano, there's no Mars. This feels like a terrible Sand King game, and those are all the most picked Benja's heroes.
There's actually a Nigma.
Underlord.
Their stuns aren't incredible. They don't have anything that pierces BKB. Oh, that's a little cheesy.
Okay, this
they
is
can play
very good against
fast.
Monkey.
Oh, so it is going to be a mid Pugna.
Yeah, they're going fast.
The Ward, very good against Lena as well. Okay, I actually like this a lot. I'll take Gorillaz-Pride, boys. Sign me up for a Pugna game. I love this hero.
I think Incubus had the right idea, though. They kind of saw this plan coming together of like how they want to play this game. So I think their bans are really good. I think Pugna's not like the ideal hero here. I mean, it's all right. It's really good versus Monkey King because it helps you avoid like pretty much everything. But it has some downsides versus the entirety of the rest of the cast.
Yeah, I feel like Incubus draft is better, but I also rate Gorillaz-Pride just a little higher than Incubus, so I'm going to say 50-50 here. I'm not going to choose sides.
A complete 50-50.
Yeah, let's say what. So it's pretty fast game from Gorillaz-Pride for the most part, right? Incubus, if they just hold fast, I mean their game isn't like overarching like crazy late game either, so it kind of feels like we're going to get a real brawl fest here. This should be a pretty fun game to watch, I would think.
Wow, I love it when both analysts go for the 50-50. Well, I love flipping coins, Trent. That's one of my favorite hobbies.
I'm taking Gorillaz. Shit, now I actually don't know who I want.
See, that sounds pretty 50-50 to me. All right, well, we can flip some quarters while this game's going on. But all right, well, that's 2 for G-Pride then. Bowie, 1 foot on each camp. I like it. Low risk, low reward. Very good. Gary, Theban, how you guys feeling about this one here? Do we like the Pugna, gentlemen?
Yeah, pretty excited. I mean, there's a lot of toxic stuff in this draft. Venomancer, Viper, Pugna coming out as well. Nice to see Trent, hopping off the fence there and getting a good prediction in. A lot of 50-50s, though, as Theban, looking at this draft. Do you lean one way or the other? Do you want to go for a coin flip, or have you got your eyes set on one of these drafts?
I can't really bet against Benjaz, I think, in this situation. Last time I watched him play, it wasn't just because he's playing a good hero like in the Viper, but it's just like how he plays his lane, what he does for the team, the kind of calls he makes. I feel like Gorillaz-Pride, they kind of edge out just for that one reason. The drafts do look quite even, but I gotta favor the Viper in this situation.
Favor the Viper. Well, let's get ourselves into game 1 here. Best of 3 for the lower division of South American DPC. Season 1 kicking off with a pretty big bang. We've had a lot of rapiers in these South American games, a lot of hectic action. And the way that these teams are drafting, it feels like they're going to be clashing often, quickly, and from the start of the game. No early smokes, though, this time. That's a little unusual.
Indeed, it is. And I think South America's got to step it up with these smokes, because I watched a clip of Southeast Asia get 5 heroes killed, level 1.
Wait, really? Like a 5v5?
At nighttime? Yeah, a 5v5 at nighttime. And Akado got a quadruple kill. Yep.
What?
Yep.
Well, that's what we
That
want
happened.
to see.
Exactly. You
More
gotta
of
step it
that.
up, South America. Let's go.
Seconds to battle.
That's-
It ain't enough.
Yeah, we need the double team wipe. We need the 10 heroes dead at the start of the game. Get some damage over time ticking on them. Earth Spirit's in a pretty funny position down bottom. He's hiding in the trees. Doesn't get a ward down or anything, so just scouting out, figuring out what's happening down there. It will be
It's
Monkey
actually-
and Phoenix that they're against.
Exactly. This is a very difficult lane for Monkey. His lane supports a Phoenix, doesn't really support the Monkey that well. Now you got this Viper. As soon as he hits level 2, if you don't deny us, if you have to like try and deny a creep on the first wave, or else the Viper will get level 2 if the Earth Spirit just tries to like play away and zone out the 5, and then you can really get pressure under the tower. So if that
Earth Spirit-
happens,
Yeah, it gets pretty nasty. This Phoenix is already being battered by the Earth Spirit. Dismar's up in his face. Just give him a couple of clicks. And the fact that Viper has Nether Toxin level 1 here is going to be able to push that first wave. And like you're mentioning, get that level 2 that little bit faster. Put the pressure
yeah,
on
but it
Monkey.
looks like Earth Spirit is gonna stay in the lane. Just he's gonna leash some XP, so won't be able to get that 2 right away. Let's get all the XP though.
Yeah, and
No
4
creeps
CS. Blocking up that camp too. Mid lane is your Lina versus Pugna. Mini taking on Tau. Currently, Lina handling this lane. 4-1. Pugna only getting a couple of hits in onto creeps there.
Yeah, it's a pretty value Pugna pick this game, honestly. They don't really have a lot of heroes who can just go in and find the Pugna in the fights, apart from the Monkey. And I mean, he's essentially your only frontliner. Like, you can't really consider Veno to be your frontliner. It's not gonna run in there and catch people for you.
Yeah, I guess the good thing about Veno is that you can change the item build. Like, maybe we'll see him frontline with that kind of Greaves, the Pipe, the big tanky utility items. But do you think he could equally go for like a Rod of Atos to maybe try and catch the Pugna, the Prophet, add another stun?
Yeah, he might need to in this kind of game. Unless they're going for like this... Oh, Phoenix getting really low. Not level 2 yet.
Yeah, and that Viper with the poison attacks helped out by the Earth Spirit. Monkey King's there with a Primal Spring to force Dismar back, but Viper's diving deep. He wants this first blood. Phoenix in the trees with a salve lurks around, and he's actually duped away from Benjaz there.
Yeah, a little bit of space for the Monkey.
Well, top
Phoenix
lane,
surviving.
Shackles. No more stuns though, so a TP out from the Prophet will get him home safely while Wraith Kings come in for Mar, the Fairy Fire. And maybe a Tango, but Prophet with that TP back. Sure, you'll kill off the Courier Mar, but you have actually given first blood over to the Nature's Prophet as he gets the final hit uphill. Imagine if he missed that and then the Golems killed him.
Oh man, that's just absolutely depressing. But the NP is gonna be very happy. He got first blood. It's gonna get a fast medallion maybe this game. Something we might see.
Yeah, it feels pretty good for that lane in general, right? Wraith King against a Venomancer. Being able to get that first blood in your lane, then go back to pulling, resetting equilibrium closer to your tower, means that Teemo is having a pretty nice, fine and dandy time in that top lane. Lina still dominating, but bottom? Okay, Benny's alright. Down to half HP. I say alright, and that means he's not dead, but I don't think he's actually alright. He's having a few struggles down here against all this harassment.
Yeah, the more I look at Radiant lineup, the more I dislike it, because they don't really have someone who can just straight up go into a battle in their game. Like, you know, the Monkey King's playstyle is to bait a hero, you get the Wukong's command out, but the only hero who can really bait on the side of Incubus is going to be this Venomancer. And I don't really expect him to... I don't expect Gorillaz-Pride to fall for that. They're going to be like, a Veno all by himself here.
Or a Veno, let's go kill him. Shackles are needed in the top lane. Shadow Shaman, I don't know if he can save his buddy. Jupiter's been blocked by skeletons and the Treants, and the Prophet might get denied. No. Mar does
Another
actually
stun,
get
though.
another trade in this lane, and you're right, yeah, Teemo goes forward with a stun, and these Prophet
body
Treants
blocks.
body blocking the Shadow Shaman.
Oh, so
the
good.
crits come from the Wraith King. It is perfect. 2 kills in the top
Oh.
lane for G-Pride.
Radiant's
It's like two snail heroes in the Venomancer and the Shadow Shaman. Just trying to walk past these little summons. Wraithy is just absolutely amazing. I wish he got the Vampiric Spirits though leveled up instead of his Mortal Strike. That would have been much better. So I got a little bit more skeletons. Like those things are doing mad work against the Veno and the Shaman. They can't even kill it or get past it.
And they killed Benny in the bottom lane too, and we knew that lane was starting to get out of control. Viper level 4 now.
It was only a matter of time. And once he's 5, I hope he has like an urn or something soon on the way. No, just a couple clarities. It looks like Earth Spirit wants to go urn, not the Viper.
Fortune's change.
Yeah, brings out his Sage's Mask
Radiant's middle tower
over on
is under
Dismart.
attack.
But going back to your point, yeah, I think I agree with you. The fact that Incubus have, what, 4, 5 heroes that want to play from Fog, or they like to stay out of the lanes and off the map. You know, you don't have the Tide or the Mars that can just be like, hey guys, I'm over here pushing this lane, either deal with me or move away somewhere else. Everybody here is like a huntable target.
And for a lineup like this to work out, you need your Venomancer to have pretty much like a 90-10 lane. Maybe if they can get a kill here top or get this tower really low, it could become something like that. Yeah.
But
no.
There's profit.
Radiant's courier has been
I guess the Courier.
Okay. We'll take those.
The Stellar Star for the Nature's Prophet. 1-1-1, Courier Snipe. Defends his first catapult wave coming into that tier 1. And bottom lane, Monkey King getting got on again. Benny inside the Nether Toxin. Poison attacks from the Viper coming, but a TP rotation here from Ma. Does have the Hex and Shackles. Maybe they can take this Viper down. Earth Spirit can't save his buddy. Fairy Fire from Ben just there. Turns and fights, but Benny has the top stacks.
That means Jupiter's alone.
You're right.
Are they gonna leave him?
Now it
doesn't get the buy
quite
blocks.
get the treants in front.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good rotation from the Shaman. Help out the Monkey. This is going to give him some more space. Heal him back up. If they stick around here bottom, that's actually beneficial for Incubus. Just keep killing this Viper over and over again.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They're trying to come into mid, but Earth Spirit's there in a very good position to watch them moving across that river.
Top tower is under attack.
And Pugna, well, he's kind of caught up for the most part. Still 8 CS behind the Lina, but it's not as drastic a difference as it was in the early laning stage.
Top tower is under attack.
They're also taking the top tower right now. Glyph has been forced. Lina is TPing up here, though, to try and help defend this.
If you don't get a kill, that's really not ideal for you. TPing a number of heroes top.
Not only that,
the tower, sure, but
you're just defending top in exchange for mid taking damage. Arguably a much more important tower right now.
Exactly. Pugna has a DD rune and he just let him go wild on it. And then bottom lane, Monkey, he's got the Wukongs out. Doesn't escape from the Viper's grasp, but maybe with a Shadow Shaman rotating in, they do. Take him
that's
down.
A huge return kill for Shadow Shaman. Look at his XP, just skyrocketed. It's about to hit level 5 right after this creep wave. Got a bunch of gold from it too.
Yeah, 446 experience, basically a full level there for the Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, there's nothing in this world I love more as a support than getting a return kill after your core dies. You know,
that's the most important part, right? After your core dies.
It's actually just the dream for your game, at least.
It's like when you come in with a crystal, like you die as a Crystal Maiden at the start of the fight, you respawn, you come into the fight, all the enemies are still alive, you get your freezing field, your teammate's gone, but you get the rampage. You get like 4 levels out of a team fight. That's what you're dreaming.
It's so satisfying. Oh,
mid tier 1, there it goes.
Has fallen.
That's just gonna expose everything on the side of Incubus. Like, they needed these towers to sit behind as these ranged spellcasting heroes. Now you got the Earth Spirit and the Pugna who can just pretty much roam into your jungle freely and catch you if you're ever trying to farm anything that's not lane creeps next to a tower.
Yeah, nobody wants to go bottom lane. Shadow Shaman's there alone. Lina's TPing mid. It looks like they want to try and make a move and maybe connect with a Veno and Monkey top lane. But you have your position 1 and 3 farming top, pushing tier 1. Gorillaz-Pride, they spread the map pretty wide. You know, very efficient.
Maybe Tao might even opt to just go bottom and push this bottom, to help push this bottom tower. Let's see where he goes. He's in the base right now, considering his options. And he decides to go bottom. Yeah. They're gonna trade for the top as well. They can't really defend this tower. Monkey's already here. You know they're gonna have this surrounded. You don't really want to feed multiple heroes just to slow this down. It's an inevitable tower take.
Yeah, it's not particularly fast up top. It's taking them a while to bring that down. Happens at exactly the same time as Gorillaz-Pride get that bottom tier 1. Venomancer now, it looks like he has been charged with defending the bottom lane. Level 3 Plague Wards should be able to stem that push from the Dire team. Just a little bit, if you can set it up. There's so much room now for the Wraith King, though. You know, that one move, the sweep bottom lane into the jungle, it creates that nice barrier for the Wraith King to be able to farm his triangle.
Oh, yeah. I call it the shield. You're pretty much creating a shield. Yeah, it's like a shield for your carry, right? You play ahead of him, and you're pretty much the first line of contact before they can get to your Wraith King. Before they can get to your carry. So, I guess you can't see the line I'm drawing, but...
Yeah, I was drawing lines as well.
Okay. Just imagine, you know, the Dire team just pretty much a force field that they can't get to your Wraith King unless they go past it. It's extremely safe where he's at.
Forming a bubble. It is safe in there. And he is well on his way towards Relic. That is going to be a great timing on the Radiance for Wraith King. Currently just below 5k net worth as mid lane. Phoenix gets the dive away. No killing blow there onto Nuage. So Incubus trying to make the most of what space they've got elsewhere on the map. Monkey King is closing in on Battle Fury. That Lina, of course, Your Scepter, just a recipe away. So we're looking at some decent timings from Incubus, even if that laning stage has broken down and not gone so well for them. They've got items coming, but do you think items are going to remedy the problems that you've pointed out?
They gotta. That's pretty much the only way to make up for the flaws in your draft is through the items. So
there's no choice.
Yeah, there's no choice at all. It looks like right now both teams are kind of farming equally. Like, if you're letting your opponent farm the top side and you're farming the bottom side, then it's pretty much a 50-50 farm. Oh, Earth Spirit. Gonna miss his roll here.
Shadow Shaman realizes there's raindrops there. So no chance of holding him in place for the Lina to kill. So yeah, that Nature's Prophet now trying to get up top lane. Not really contest the Monkey's farm too much, but he can definitely push back against the waves and soak up some of the farm that is being moved into that area. Wraith King.
All right.
200 gold away from the Relic now. Hello, Bowie. I don't think the stream can hear him, but we can.
Yeah, he just like... that really caught me off guard there. Anyway, back to the game. We got a smoke up from Gorillaz-Pride side here. They want to go into the Venomancer. Okay, what is a Veno? What was the Veno actually doing bottom?
That's he's farming. Getting off his Poison Nova, but they can't catch up to that Pugner. They've got a Rod of Atos coming through from the Viper, but he's shackled inside the Serpent Wards. But look how tanky the Viper is. Benjaz gets Laguna Bladed and finally dies, but they've traded him out for the Shadow Shaman and maybe the Lina as the Earth Spirit closes the gap, but he doesn't have any backup. No one's there to kill the Lina off. Another roll. Dismar's going in pretty deep for that one. They do get the profit elsewhere with that Veno damage over time, and it's in fact Gorillaz-Pride that lose out.
Yeah, that was a really nice egg there that just pretty much split up the team fight. And Incubus making a call to defend this Venomancer, who looked like he was pretty much 100% caught off and no hope to actually help him. Getting off that Poison Nova definitely helped him, though. Or his team. Get some return kills.
Yeah, it sure did. And that Earth Spirit nearly killed off the Lina, just straight up chasing her down. Poison Nova helping out tremendously there. Get themselves 3 kills.
They just gotta wait for this Radiance to be completed on the Wraith King. Man, these Wraith King item builds are just getting greedier and greedier. We saw like Magic Stick with 3 branches. Now we just see like a Fair Fire Magic Stick. No Magic Stick anymore, sorry. Just Iron Branch and Fair Fire.
So what's he saved? He saved 125 gold there? It's a couple of creeps.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the same damage with the Fairy Fire, you know? Saved himself 25 gold from not buying the second branch.
Oh, and there's the second branch as well that's missing. Yeah, true. So that's another 50.
or three branches, right? That's like pretty much the build now. Stick, three
Quelling
branches.
stick. Yeah. True. Well, Teemo, speed running the Radiance build. 14.5 minutes, he'll have it. But it's another smoke, pre-Radiance, that comes through from their opponents. Incubus, onto that Viper mid lane. It's a great initiation. He's absolutely dead. Laguna Blade and the Shackles make sure of it. Pretty good time to pick him off, because that was feeling like a moment that Gorillaz-Pride wanted to group up and smoke around the Radiance that you were mentioning on Wraith King as a time to go and strike. Radiance is here now, and the mid-tier 1 looking to be defended by the Wraith King against the Serpent Wards. Bringing all the heroes into mid, apart from Prophet, who is still Shadow up at top lane. But that's a tier 1 gone. Radiant get the job done.
Yeah, you need this Viper. You need that Atos to start the fight for you right now. The Earth Spirit, I think if he rolls in, he might just get hexed up, disabled, die off of like millisecond on this magnetize or something. You don't want that happening. Now that Viper's alive, I hope we're gonna see a smoke. They are grouping up. Wait, where is the smoke though? Alright, Earth Spirit just bought it. A little bit slow on their calls and having the items they need to go do it.
They need to get out onto one of these side lanes. Like Monkey showing bottom, Lina showed up top. It would have been great to have already been smoked and on the way. Incubus, a bit of momentum now. You know, that team fight around the Veno, the tier 1 mid lane. Monkey has Battle Fury, so he's accelerating into his BKB. Lina feeling pretty good. When they have the double BKB on Incubus, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, even against the Ratty of Wraith King.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's going to be their timing, right? Once they finish those 2 items. So you want to do something in between your finish of items and their finish of items so that it's very awkward for Incubus to fight.
There's a roll in onto mid. They'll catch out the Venomancer. I don't know if you should even bother Poison Novering this, because he is absolutely screwed. Monkey King Phoenix thinking about coming in. They kill off the Veno, and he does pop his ulti, but it's onto a solo Earth Spirit.
Well, the Earth Spirit is either going to need to get Pugna healed or TP back to the base, because he's going to take a bunch of damage right now. Or he's alright.
He'll wait for Urn and Tranquils, yeah.
Okay.
Tranquil's the savior against Zeus and Venomancer.
Yeah.
Always so helpful. Top lane, TPing to Outpost. Wraith King came onto the tier 2, and they're looking for any stragglers left in that top spot. But Lina and Monkey have done a great job evading any of these gank attempts.
I want to say G-Pride have sort of just not really stopped Incubus from farming. The way that they've been playing, they're just like, okay, we'll just take the map 50-50. Give our Wraith King bottom side, your Monkey can have the top side. But I think with this Radiance and Yasha being up, they really need to be using him to play offensively. I don't think at this point Teemo should be farming so defensively at the moment, the way he is.
Yeah, try and press your advantage, get forward.
Yeah.
It's like the panel was saying, they've picked this Wraith King into the Monkey, right? You pick King into King, Monkey usually does pretty well with his Wukongs and the ability to stand his ground.
I guess they did take the tier 2 tower bottom though, which is kind of a play that he done, and they got the outpost there too.
Yeah, because that allows your Prophet now to kind of play the position 3, doesn't it? He can just split push bot lane with impunity, and the rest of your team can kind of roam around and have the Prophet TP in when need be, as Earth Spirit does get stunned up, caught by the Yules of Lina.
Dismar getting dismantled.
Very good.
Thank you.
That's all because Incubus were, you know, very friendly family farming in the jungle. Some wholesome activities there. 5 people in the Radiant Triangle all hitting creeps.
I don't think they can really complain about this. I mean, they just wait for that BKB to finish before they have any options of making an aggressive move. So, yeah, I'm actually quite like disappointed right now with the way that G-Pride's playing out the map.
Everything feels like it's 5 seconds too slow. Like this move bottom lane, for example. Lina's there shoving the wave, you see her, and they kind of piecemeal 1 by 1 TP to outpost. They kind of saunter down a little bit too relaxed. And then Lina's TP'd home already.
sort of feels like they're just like comfortable farming and giving all the farm to a Wraith King the way they're doing it, but this is not what you want happening. You do not want to be splitting 50-50 when your timing is now and you're stronger than they are. Because you can see the network too, it's not moving. And that's because of the way that they split up the map.
Yeah, it's actually trending back towards Incubus. And Jupiter now has mech, nearly getting into the Greaves, or Hood is there. So
Benny's got his BKB, right?
Oh, does he?
He's good. And now they're dropping wards top side as well. They're making a defensive play on the side of G-Pride.
And see, here again is that kind of one-by-one defense from G-Pride. Bring in heroes, core heroes, up to top lane. And then they just profit. I mean, he's going to Glimmer Cape. But I think Mini knows exactly where he is. Sees the profit. Gonna zap him with a Laguna Blade, pop it out. Now just right-click him down. Into the ground we go. Even through that mech, they've got the damage.
Yeah, they had a sentry there. Watching him. They haven't dewarded that hill though. That could be a problem for Incubus. That might be the death of them if they don't get rid of that ward, because they're oftentimes playing that triangle area. Now G-Pride have an opportunity to smoke up, get in there when they see some important hero.
Yeah, I like that Lina. Or if Roshan is being attempted, that's a really great ward to have. To see any advance from the Radiant towards the pit.
I would have liked to have seen in this game the Earth Spirit and Pugna playing a lot more wild, where you take this mid and bottom tower and just kind of just keep running at them, force them to fight you back, and that would actually slow down their farming while you let your Wraith King farm. But they didn't really do that, and now they won't be able to do that anymore.
But they might be able to catch top. Oh, they're trying, but Monkey and Phoenix, they're already out of there. They will find the Veno. Venomancer, Jupiter, he's just been left stranded. Crit down by Timo. But yeah, your point about the Pugna, I feel like when I've seen Pugna in the past, in Europe, for example, he's blinking around. You know, he's got Ether Lens, he's got Blink and Glimmer Cape, and he's jumping around, killing everyone. You know, he's either 700 or 007, but one way or the other, he's involved in action. This time, you know, 004 on the Pugna, he has been very, very quietly farming away, pushing lanes, just patiently waiting for these items, but now he's got an active item. He has Dagon level 1, so surely.
No, no. Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of item you buy once you're already active. Not like, oh, I'm going to buy this item and then I'm going to become active, you know? Your flow of the game needs to be like, okay, we're fighting nonstop, I'm getting a lot of kills. Now, what can I buy to allow myself to do more damage? The way that they've been playing, they're not really like lacking damage. They're just not taking engagements. So to be honest, I would have liked to have seen Tal go for like a BKB this game, because there's a bunch of disables and magic damage on the side of Incubus, and you just don't want to be stunned up by those things, because that's how you die. And as long as you stay alive, you're going to be able to dish out damage on the Pugna.
Or go for the Aghanim's Scepter and Shard combo. Get all those life drains sucking people.
Yeah, sure.
Anything.
No,
not Dagon. What?
To be honest, though, when the shard first came out, like we were all like, "Oh, that's so cool!" You know, you can use it on multiple targets. But to be honest, you don't really want to be standing there life draining people, because then you're like a sitting target, right? Especially in the mid late game. Early game, it sounds cool, but you can only buy the shard at 20 minutes, and at that point, you've already hit the mid game. So it's like kind of awkward at which point it's actually really good versus like when you can actually buy it.
The effectiveness of the cost and the time and everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sucking 2 heroes off, then you're probably going to get disabled by at least one of them.
Very likely. Fights can get a bit hectic, though. He's got full Dagon queued up, actually. Dagon 5 into full stamp for Pugna. Righty-ho.
Yeah. He will regret it the one time the Monkey King just like jumps onto him, Wukongs, and Boundless strikes him.
And he evaporates in 2 seconds flat. Yeah, I can see that happening. Right, Mr. Wraith King has his Manta style, so the split push action, it begins. It's a Wraith King role-playing as an alchemist now.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I guess the Manta's good for fiery spirits and the poison from Veno. Like,
Yeah,
Venomous Gale.
Sanjin Yasha is still the play though. Like, even heroes who typically buy Manta have been avoiding it and just buying Sanjin Yasha just for the status assist. And plus, it gives you more lifesteal amp as well.
And
where
later on,
Manta doesn't.
Yeah, and later on it gives you the ability to like sell boots and just have, S and Y or Manta style, I guess.
Yeah, I'm assuming he bought this just for like the Gale, to be honest, because it's an extremely annoying spell for the Wraith King if he gets hit with it. Wants that instant dispel, but Sanjin Yasha should have been enough, to be honest.
Well, a smoke from Incubus. Going through that top part of the map towards tier 2. He's going to find the Wraith King. He is alone up here. They've seen him TP. They're not quite sure where the rest of Gorillaz-Pride are, but Teemo gets initiated on. This is pretty deep from Incubus. Going behind tier 2 with all of their heroes. They drop the Serpent Wards. In comes the Earth Spirit, though. Rolling, magnetizing, Supernova's there. They can't focus it down in time, so the Wukong's arrives, and Teemo is being shredded inside it. The Circle Strat comes into play as Kara's gone. The Nature's Prophet annihilated by Incubus with a real aggressive, sick dive, losing nobody but the Pugner. He's come in for the cleanup. Earth Spirit rolls back in, the Boundless Strike doesn't connect. Venomancer probably going to get caught on his way out. Tries the TP vision with the Rod of Atos, not quite fast enough. Pugner was nearly there, and Earth Spirit rolls more towards the Phoenix. He's got another one, but he misses. TP's get him out.
That must have been like a pause thing, because they unpause and then he makes this super awkward TP to the top side, which just doesn't make sense. Because they're all playing there, and your teammates are nowhere near you. But he TP's there, and they're like, guys, this Wraith King is alone. We can see other heroes middle, and we also have a ward here spotting everybody else. So let's just dive him, get one kill, drop the Wukongs like on top of his reincarnation. And that's what's going to keep happening in this game until he has a BKB on the Wraith King. Every time he dies, Wukong's going to come out, and he's not going to be able to escape at all.
And you can see the Viper there, like, hit the egg once and realize, hang on a second, that's a level 2 egg. I can't do that alone.
Yeah, not happening. To be honest, they don't really have much egg killers either. The Wraith King is pretty much the other hero who has any sort of tank ability or attack speed to be able to kill it, but he's going to have to frontline and try to deal with heroes. Yeah, G-Pride are just missing all of their timings right now. You see Incubus, they get this BKB on both the Monkey and then the Lina, and they just go on the offensive.
Yeah, immediately snapping into action. And now Aghanim Scepter is nearly done for the Monkey King. So he's going to become even more of a threat, while Lina can do the Boots of Travel movements, push out the dead lane, go bottom, swing in towards tier 1, then TP anywhere on the map, pretty much, to gather up with the rest of her squad.
We're going to have a Guardian Greaves soon complete on the Veno as well. After that, he'll probably finish the Pipe, and Pipe is going to be so good against his Radiance, Pugna, Viper. It's like Dire's majority magic damage here. Wraith King's item build isn't really dishing out a whole lot at the moment.
Yeah, like going back to not having like a frontliner here for Incubus, how are they making it work without that tanky guy to kind of go in, start things off?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're getting past the awkward point in the game already, where that was a problem. Because right now
they have
all the
items.
Exactly, they have items. They've itemized to like make it better for themselves. Like the Venomancer, he's got the Guardian Greaves soon. He's gonna have a Pipe, and then he can just chill up there. His HP pool is not that high, but you also got these neutral items that kind of help you, give you a little bit more tankability. Like even through that Dragon Scale or some Ironwood Tree, just a little bit tankier, overall on all their heroes. Just allows them to be able to go in and out of fights if they can't just like straight up go in and hard commit.
Yeah, it's all those little
force stuff too.
Yeah, little incremental changes. Stepping up makes that big change in the end. It looks
the
like
Monkey as well. Oh, what is that?
Just a power outage for the Shadow Shaman. So they're trying to figure out how long they have, if they need to get him to a LAN cafe or something like that. Yeah, what were you going to say about Monkey?
I was going to say, like, this Monkey King is extremely farmed as well at this point. So he's got, like, good items in the BKB and in the Aghanims that also makes him very tanky. It's getting to a point where the Monkey can actually just go in first and soak up majority of the damage, and then Incubus can just back him up.
Yeah, like
power's
if he
back on. Wait, I just someone said his power's back on, though it's raining there, so you never know. Okay,
right.
no, nice of them to let us know what's going on. Rain. It sounds like Southeast Asia, man. Especially in
The
the
big
Philippines.
storms.
Internet here, yeah. Internet here is so bad, man.
Yeah,
Whew,
it's pretty rough.
It's the provider's like PLD, and then they call it PLDC here in the Philippines.
What? Because the DC at the end.
Yeah.
Got him. Man, I remember you like trying to drive in Southeast Asia when you're in the rainy season is like a massive pain in the ass. Like 1 second it's like sunny, nice. 30 seconds later, you literally can't see through your windscreen. It's like raining that hard. Like torrential thunderstorms just like come out of nowhere. But it's super fun.
A lot of typhoons.
Yeah, just go out for a walk. You know, one day you're out walking, chilling, then suddenly like I didn't bring an umbrella or anything because it was so nice and sunny, and now I am drenched. Like I feel like I've been swimming in my clothes.
I think. Oh, he's still not back yet. He's talking about dogs.
Minnie's trying to get someone to follow someone on Instagram. I think I saw his Twitter profile was Emilia Clarke fan. And he's a big fan of Daenerys.
Interesting. We have a lot of interesting characters, in esports. But
who's the most interesting you've met, Theban? You say that as though you've got some experience with it.
Yeah, I mean, I had, let's say, Ritsu. That's an interesting character for me, at least. He was a person who had like kind of different personas, like in your team versus outside your team, and then what people know him for. He got Eternal Envy. Like, he's a very interesting dude, very unique, one of a kind person.
That's the name I thought of when you said there's lots of interesting people in the scene.
I know, but I didn't want to give it to you.
Eternal Envy, yeah.
I didn't want to give that to you, right away. So had to
go for the unique one first.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Have you seen the Shadow Shaman, by the way? His build.
1 point Ether Shock. Whoa.
Oh, that's how I know you're not up to date, sir, on the current trends.
You just don't level Ether Shock anymore? You go max Hex Shackle?
Yup.
I'm out of the loop with that one.
Yeah, this is why people actually first phase this hero. Because obviously you have the potential to like level Ether Shock. Maybe if you do skill it, you get like 2 levels in it, but you don't max that out. The best spells are your Hex and your Shackles. And what you do in the fights is you kind of just drop your Serpent Wards on the enemy supports, and you just solo kill them. And if you don't have wards, and when you go into a fight, it's like you're such a big threat through that Hex and the Shackle early on. Nowadays, supports don't really take that much farm. They don't really push lanes out as they used to in the past. Because core players, they're much better at making their map movements and pushing lanes out, and their heroes can typically do that too. So you're spending a lot of time like off map in the dark, and this build just allows you to have way more impact in the game, especially early on.
The sneaky initiations, that long duration. And then I've seen the BKB before, like Etherland's BKB has been around for a while. Just the ability to have that full duration shackles onto someone and increase the threat that you're mentioning. There's Incubus smoking around near Roche Pit. No contest whatsoever from G-Pride. They are all down bottom lane. Prophet TPing back to that same spot for the Observer Ward on the triangle. He sees a sentry, but he's not going to give away his position. And again, it's that mirror movement, like Gorillaz-Pride not comfortable going head-to-head in these team fights. Just trying to find space on the opposite side of the map. That's going to allow now Incubus, though, to take a tier 2 with Catapult and Serpent Wards. Wraith King, he can clear up the wards, and with that glyph, it looks like they've saved it for now. Whoa, Prophet just Glimmer Cape TPs into the high ground, very near to where Incubus was setting up, and Earthspirit's rolling forward. Gets the catch on Lina, but the Hex from Shadow Shaman stops him in his tracks as they tried to blow up Jupiter. Life drain him down, Tao's there, but Dismar has fallen. The trade 1-for-1, but Monkey King makes sure that they'll get the upper hand. Finding the Prophet as Teemo arrives, once the Shadow Shaman pops his Manta Style, but he's been hexed up. He can't keep chasing, now Mini is shredding through Menjars, and Tao have been dived upon for Staff Force. Out from the Pugner, turns for the life drain, but cancelled by the Boundless Strike. He's been burnt by the supernova now, and they've brought back Dismar's Earth Spirit. But G-Pride, they've got to run. He's stunned mid-roll, and they've Laguna Bladed him. Gorillaz-Pride have lost out heavily. It's a drastic loss for them. And Teemo, he's going to be walking into Wukong soon. The Sunray forces it out of the fight. So Gorillaz-Pride can't even move towards the Monkey or the Lina.
Oh, man. I don't know what happened, but G-Pride suddenly just flipped the switch and started going in crazy. Maybe they realized that they've just been playing a little too passively, but that was definitely not the way that you want to start a fight. Like, NP TP'd in and Earthspirit just rolled in, doesn't really have much information of who's actually there. Like, you want to be smoking up. You want to be finding the perfect angles with some vision provided and such. At least they're trying to do something on the side of G-Pride, though. That's a good sign.
Prophet steals the spider legs. They know it's happened.
Oh, no. Did he really?
He just TP'd in and took it.
No way. That's an enormous item.
He dropped it back in Fountain, and it looks like, okay, Monkey's arrived. I thought he was maybe going to be able to skirt away from danger there. But Benny claims his killing spree.
That's actually really bad for Incubus. That's 100% worth it, like, dying for the spider legs, because that's what Monkey King would have needed late game to be able to replace his boots with. And get a 6th item slot.
Pugna spotted. And Pugna can go like breaking trees as well now. Go and hunt for the Monkey King.
Pugna and Viper both have spiders, so they got 2 on the side of G-Pride. One of them will probably be picked up by the Wraith King later on in the game, if he gets like, 6 slotted. So that's gonna be nice.
It still does mean though that with Serpent Wards in that pit, Roshan is taken very easily by Incubus. So Aegis now up on this Monkey King puts him in a prime position to really.
They're also in the goal lead now on the side of Incubus.
Oh, back in the lead again. Get in there. Wraith King pushing out bottom with Pugna behind him. And that was Pugna's first death of the game, and really his first team fight of the game under that supernova. Dagon didn't really pay out for him, as he does go back towards Glimmer. So yeah, 4-staff Glimmer going more mobility. Makes Hao more of a slippery suspect in the fights.
Just so surprised he's not going for a BKB, playing against Shadow Shaman, Lina, Monkey.
Yeah, would have saved his life.
Yeah. One thing I really dislike is when people make the game so much harder for themselves. Like, now you're so dependent on your 4-staff and all these cool Glimmer Cape-like movements and outmaneuvering
kicked by your
fight.
Earth Spirit.
Instead, you could just, click one button, become a big golden boy, and become unkillable, and just do whatever you want in the fight.
I guess he does have to contend now with almost Daedalus on Mini, that Lina's going to be hitting like a truck with the right clicks.
Yeah,
Benny's Monkey King with a Scardy, like the right click damage is, but you're talking about like 10 minutes ago, right? If he had BKB.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, he could have had it so long ago and then like had way more impact in all his engagements and felt much more confident to make calls for your team to go and fight also. I mean, even till now, he still needs it so he doesn't get hexed up and just instantly get blown up.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Gorillaz-Pride have just been waiting for something to happen the entire game. Like, waiting for the Wraith King to farm up, waiting for this Radiant team to make a misstep.
Yeah. They've never really stopped Incubus from actually farming, which is probably their biggest mistake, more than, like, just waiting for something to happen.
They might be able to catch Lina up here. Lina with a Quelling Blade. TP's back home. Daedalus is finished up. The rest of her team converging towards the remaining outer towers on this map. Tier 1 and 2 in that bottom lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's a great place for them to be, and they've already shoved that mid wave, so bottom towers should be an easy grab for them. I don't think there's any way for G-Pride to come in and defend this, so they're just going to have to go for the trade themselves. I feel like one of the bigger threats when I saw this G-Pride lineup was the ability to go high ground without really, committing anything. You've got Reincarnation, you've got Treants. Yeah, they catch him with a boundless strike. You're right. Tries the TP. Oh, he's hexed up though. Not a successful extraction.
Alright, nothing of value was lost. Moving on.
Pause 5, Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, pause 5 life, you know, that's what happens. I mean, he's dead for 30. He'll be alive by the time Incubus make another play, maybe. Oh, they got smoke up though. All right, Earth
Smoke
Spirit.
with DD. They've Laguna bladed and critted the Earth Spirit. And the smoke DD monkey is coming for your base.
Yeah, that's a bigger kill. He also does not buyback on that Earth Spirit.
Oh, you're right.
I wonder if they'll try to go into the high ground with this Aegis right now. It wouldn't be a bad decision on their end. But you know, you see G-Pride already staying in their base, ready for it.
Not giving away any more kills. Don't want to make it easy for them. You can see the Lena's positioning, like she wants to go back to Fountain, regen up, and then Boots would travel back in. So they'll push out the rest of the waves. Someone needs to get down to bottom. Clear that one out. But it would have been so nice for Incubus there with a DD Monkey to actually have a proper team fight. So nice for Gorillaz-Pride to only lose a couple of heroes on their retreat. And Prophet's still doing a good job getting deep wards, getting farm across the map, something that pretty much only he can do.
Yeah, Gary, I always wanted to ask you, what role do you play?
I guess now I play POS 1 in ranked, but I used to be...
okay.
I mean, I played mid, then I played POS 5, like exclusively POS 5 for like 2 years. But I got bored.
Was that the time where you had like you want to be a pro player? Is that what happened? And then you're like, damn, I can't make it as a core, so I'll be a support.
No, when I mean, the time I wanted to be a pro player was like 2011, 2012, I guess, and I was playing offlane.
Oh.
And I don't want to talk about that. Dismar gets boundless strike, and they've shackled the Wraith King inside the Serpent Wards. This Wukong's though is going to zone them out and maybe pummel into Teemo as they Laguna blade the Viper down to the ground. The Spider Legs don't even get him out. Phoenix has dived forward and they're going to pop the reincarnation. No, they're not. Mantis style dodge, but the Supernova clears him on the high ground as Nature's Prophet all the way towards the back of the fight, shackled up, hit with a light strike array, and 3 heroes in quick succession, all demolished by Incubus.
They literally just walked up into a Radiant Ward and Sentry and got 3-man stunned, comboed. G-Pride just got completely annihilated. Like, again, you're going into these high grounds, if you don't drop a Sentry first and deward your opponent's vision, like, you have no business continuing on with your play.
Just give up, wave the white flag, and run away.
Yeah.
That's a lane of barracks, though, easily for Incubus. Plague wards
very easy
down
lane
everywhere. And
they're not Wukongs. I think they gotta respect this and back off, yeah.
If they have that bottom lane pushed in, maybe they could sit back on this triangle and just wait for something to happen. But they do have to come down to the bottom right corner, clear out the creeps. But yeah, back in Dota 1, early Dota 2 days, I was playing offlane. My favorite hero was Wind Ranger. And I don't know if you remember, but there was a period where Battle Fury was popular on...
yeah.
Oh, goodbye, Prophet. But Battle Fury was popular on ranged heroes.
It wasn't really popular. It was like... It was Merlini, right? Merlini just freaking bought Battle Fury or something on Wind Ranger and everybody else started buying it. Yeah.
I just got caught up in the craze then. I don't know. Everyone I was playing with was like Battle Fury, Wind Ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like one game where like Merlini buys it and then like,
all the idiots
watch that replay. Yeah. I think Puppy was in that game too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I remember that replay, man. I watched that. Don't worry. Listen, Dota 1, I was an absolute fiend. I watched so many damn replays. And it wasn't even easy to download replays and watch them back then, you know?
Yeah, it's like going on Gosu Gamers and downloading all the demos. Yeah. Trying your hardest.
There was,
WAG TV.
What was a Chinese one? S Gamers, I think it was. And you go there, you have to like download like a previous patch of Warcraft, and then you can download the replay and watch it, because they used to play on like older patches.
You have like a patch switcher. Well, it's a smoke out from Gorillaz-Pride, spotted by the Shadow Shaman as Vipers baited them in. The Abyssal Blade from the Wraith King blows up Mar, but high ground is being held still by Incubus, so there's no more chase after the BKB ends on that Wraith King. Spider legs, the double spider legs on the Dire. scuttling back towards their tier 3s. And they just profit. Oh, he gets jumped on by the monkey, but he has TP'd home.
Yeah, they're kind of just controlling up G-Pride right now, waiting for the next Roshan to spawn, which is up and right now. Like this moment, like it literally just popped out. So I hope they have a courier there. They should have been having a courier there on the side of Incubus. But as soon as they notice it, I think they will just go there and take it. They want to force G-Pride out of the base, take a fight out of the base, kill 1 or 2 heroes, and then go into the high ground. This man has noticed the Roshan though.
And he has. He knows that's going to be the next big port of call for the Radiant, and probably the next big place to fight.
Check out Jupiter right now.
What's Venno doing?
He's trying to kill that ward, but he can't get the Plague Ward up there. And then he finally figured out after the 3rd ward, oh, I can drop the gem and get vision.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Someone on his team must have told him.
Wait, so you can place observer wards on the high ground, but you can't place plague wards there?
No. The observer ward took up the slot of the plague ward's like location, you know?
Lina?
It's like it was a.
Oh my god, Lina just BKBs and hits the Viper, crits him with an 840 damage whack from the fireball. And now Nature's Prophet is too far forward. Viper's gone. Wraithing's like, see ya guys, I cannot stick around here. They try and break the trees on that monkey, but they've also got the catch. The Earth Spirit with that save potentially kicks the Wraith King back, pops his Manta to run out, needs to keep that reincarnation going. The double 4 staffs getting Teemo away from danger, and the Earth Spirit rolls. He BKBs and he rolls, but he's still gonna die. No, the monkey nearly had him. So damn close.
Yeah, they're gonna go into the Roshan pit, take this Aegis and cheese. Man, that Viper got shredded. I mean, he only has 11 armor. Has like a pipe build, so not a lot against this physical damage from the Lina. I love this. I love the South American physical damage Lina builds. I don't think this hero should be built as a magic damage hero. I think you want this hybrid build.
Aghanims is banned. Daedalus is what you need.
It's really good.
Yeah, that Viper. They were so desperate. Like, if that Viper... I kept thinking for a second that Viper was a Bat Rider, and he's like, oh, he's boots are traveling on the creep wave. He's going to lasso the Lina. No, that's a Viper with a rod of Atos.
Dude, look where the Lina's attacking from. Just saying.
That's insane.
Look at that. What?
How do you catch her? Way out of tower range. Another tier 3. Aegis, you know, plenty of time for Benny here. With 2 lives, just a front line. Gets into mischief mode, Lotus Orb on him, but that Hex had already come. But I think they've just got this melee racks anyway. They're using Pipe to try and buy a bit more time, but there's just no initiation. Prophet's bottom lane shoving, they've given up another lane of barracks. G-Pride, I don't know, they just don't have the confidence to try anything. This is what they need. Potentially the last smoke or last fight of the game for Gorillaz-Pride. Prophet front lines. They make a move on to Shadow Shaman. They do get a pick off. Mar gets sliced up. But you've now got to go back, push mid, push top, and then think about resetting into what you do next. I mean, Theban, what is it? Rapier on Wraith King? Are they going to wait for that to come now?
Oh, man. I mean, I'm at least glad they're trying to do something at this point in the game, at least.
Oh, it's a supernova down on that Wraith King and Earth Spirit. That BKB from Dismal does nothing, as that Wraith King just going to get pounded by the monkey, surrounded by 3 heroes. Lina's also chasing the Prophet in the back lines of the fight. Pugner with Viper. They both come in. They'll save Teemo for a second, but Benny, he's not giving up on this. He knows that this is towards the end of the battle and victory is within his reach. He's grasping for it, but his Aegis is going to get expired there. Teemo clears it up, and Lina arriving with a long-range artillery. The damage is substantial. Look at Teemo fall so quickly to Mini. Monkey's back on the Prophet, and Jupiter, again, low HP, escaping with a fraction of his HP pool. Manages to survive through that fight with the Greaves and the Hood.
You know, it's like 41 minutes in, you're down 20-something K gold. G-Pride's like, yeah, now's the time to fight. But, you know, I wish they had that mentality like 20 plus minutes ago when they were actually strong and they had their timings. Maybe teams should always play like that. Like, oh, we got nothing to lose. You know, we're already down 2 Raxes. Let's just do that. It's like the Eternal Envy effect, right? We always talk about how Eternal Envy just goes ham after 2 Raxes are down. It's probably because he's too content with farming.
Yeah, just make drastic moves. No complacency. No passive play.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Serpent wards and catapults, making short work of the structures here in the Dire base, and a buyback from Wraith King forced as they do roll forward.
Ooh,
Abyssal Blade's there,
okay.
the great stun. He's got Lotus Orb on him, but he can't lifesteal. No Jingu stacks.
Oh, they lost the
Now,
Rax.
Rodovator's catching onto that Phoenix. Mar gets stunned up as he tried to TP home, but Mega Creeps will be coming now. The full array of buildings have been destroyed. And Gorillaz-Pride, they are scrambling here, taking everybody out of the base to chase down onto Jupiter, but they can't quite find him. He goes for the TP, the stun comes. Teemo will dispatch with the Venomancer, or will he? The flicker gets him off to the left-hand side, 4 staffs off. Jupiter, he's still playing with them. He's got Lotus Orb to bounce the stun back, and the Venomancer, he's doing a great job. He's got another flicker if he wants to use it as well. Tau comes in. What are you going to do? Decrep and blast? Hex him up. Decrep, Dagon, finally killing off that pesky Venomancer.
Oh man, Mini just ran away from there. He did not try to help this lad at all. I felt like he could have just went back in there. He's got a BKB. Killed the Pugna and the Wraith King with the Veno. Was juking him for days. Breaking some ankles.
Yeah, I was just pretty sure the Venom was dead as he was TPing in the trees, and then that flicker takes him to the wrong side, or for him, the right side of the trees.
Yeah.
Completely
While that was
out.
happening too, the Nature's Prophet was trying to catch. I'm like, you know, doing air quotes right now, right? Catch the Lina. Well, you know what happens when you try to catch the Lina. She killed him in like 2 shots.
Yeah, she does. What? A lot of damage, 300 damage a hit with Satanic, Daedalus, 3.2k HP on Alina with a BKB. Ridiculous amounts of farm on Mini. And now a 27k lead for them just keeps ramping up. But Gorillaz-Pride, this is a little unusual. They haven't tapped out. They are down against Mega Creeps, but they are holding on. They're going to need some serious South American magic to come into play for this one, though.
Wait, what do you mean by South American magic? Can you elaborate on that?
A bit of flair. A bit of...
Is this a little bit of help from the opponent team? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Of course not.
Okay.
No, when you think about South American footballers, you think of flair, the skill, the kind of dramatic, That's what they need.
I mean, that makes sense. Okay. I was thinking like, oh, you need like maybe the opponent to like kind of go crazy, overextend a little bit.
Oh. Who have they caught in the jungle? Dismar.
Spirit.
He does have buyback.
And that's a gem too. That's gonna hurt. I mean, they don't have the rapier yet. This is really very unfortunate for Teemo.
Oh yeah, still 1,000 away.
Yeah.
And the Radiant team are in your base. 1 tier 4. They've got a good roll. Kick onto the monkey. Hex him. Down to half HP, but the Lotus Orb and the Force Staff save him so he can BKB. Turn with an Abyssal Blade onto the Wraith King Teemo. He's trying to battle the Veno, but a Supernova and the Sunray will be able to force him back. And that Wukong's command. The big circle is the air, defending them as they do focus the throne. Wraith King's battling, well, not really battling, he's just dying to the monkey statues. GG is called, and Gorillaz-Pride do tap out. Game 1 for Incubus.
Yeah. I mean, Incubus, they played really well this game. Like, with the heroes they had, they weathered the storm really well. Like, they farmed in the right places. They held their triangle area. G-Pride, in my opinion, they were far too passive when they hit their timings. I think they had no idea when their timings even were. And it just flew right past them. And Incubus, the moment they get their Aghanims,